Hi, welcome back to our podcast.
I'm Avery Bowen,
I'm Rachel Church,
and this is Mediocre Film Review.
and today we will be reviewing the characters from the Tinkerbell movies.
Still on Tinkerbell.
Yes, because we're preparing for the movie rewatch,
Yeah.
so we just gotta get all of our opinions out the way.
Yeah. So we're gonna be ranking the main 6, like basically Tinkerbell's little friend group she's got going on. And in case you don't know, it is, Tinkerbell, we got Silver Mist, Rosette, Fawn, Iridessa, and then Vidya.
Yes. And we might do supporting characters. Probably not, but we might. You never know. Okay.
Yeah, so
we're going to start from
Lois.
Yeah, the character we hate the most and work our way up to our number one. Number one.
And we swear our opinions are a little bit different this time.
Yeah, but only slightly, but
yeah,
that's fine.
All right, well, do you want to start us off with number 6 for you?
Yes, number 6 for me is Tinkerbell. She is the one I hate the most, even though it is her movies, but she's like the worst main character. She's stupid. She's horrible. She just makes things worse for everyone. And it's not even like she knows. It's not even like she doesn't know that it's the wrong choice. She knows because people have told her specifically, like, hey, don't do this. And she goes and she does it anyway. And then she's like, oh my God, now I made the situation worse. And she's shocked as if it wasn't her fault and she wasn't told not to do it previously. Like, hello?
Yeah. I think my number 6 is also Tinkerbell, for pretty much like the same reasons. Like, I guess from like kind of like a character standpoint, I can understand why, she kind of like is stubborn and stuff to drive the point along. But some of her actions, especially the bigger ones that result in the most like consequences, I'm just like, girl, really? You really thought this was a good idea? Like in the first one where she like almost like ruins like the springtime.
Oh yeah.
Because, she just
But that was also the video's fault too.
I guess, yeah. But like, Tinkerbell for the most part kind of. Because she followed through with it.
Yeah, that is true.
And like some other movies, like I forget, but I know that there's like
in the
Secret of the Wings.
In the treasure one, when she had the orb and it was like the sacred thing, and then she broke it and it was totally her fault, and then she had to go and find another one in that stupid mirror.
Yeah. And then Secret of the Wings, she like literally almost kills all the fairies.
Yeah, and her sister. She almost killed her sister.
Yeah, just because she wanted to see her sister, and they're, from different little fairy lands. Like, literally just meet at the border.
And they literally said, like, don't do this because his wings got ripped off. And she was like, no, it's fine.
Like, you can literally just see each other,
guess what?
At the Woodbridge.
It wasn't fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Our number 5 rating. Do we have the same one for this?
We do have the same.
So we both have Iridessa. She's the light fairy.
Yeah.
And I don't hate her.
Yeah.
She just doesn't have a lot of screen time.
Yeah. Like I like her character.
Yeah.
Her power is pretty cool with like the light and stuff. She can like bend light, which is like pretty awesome. It's just the fact, they never really show her at all. And I feel like her character is pretty flat.
Yeah. And when she is, like, in scene, she's just kind of there. Like, she doesn't have any dialogue or, like, character arc. She's just there and doesn't really
she's
do
had,
anything.
like, some funny quips and stuff, mainly in the first movie. But I feel like the more recent ones, like, they're never focused, on her at all, which like is understandable, but like she gets like neglected kind of as a character. So like she's only number 5, not because I hate her and I don't like her character, it's because they don't really like express her character at all.
No.
So our number 4s, I believe, are different. So if you want to go first.
So my number 4 is Vidya, the wind fairy. And she irks me. Her personality and the way she's just very like egocentric. And I hate those people because she's like, oh, I am the best. And like, to be fair, if I had to put up with Tinkerbell in the same way, I would probably act the same as she did. I will give her that, but just the people who think just they're the best and they should have everything and blah blah blah, just, I've dealt with those people in real life, and I just, no, it's a no personally for me.
Yeah.
Although I do like how she's the purple fairy, I do like that, but that's pretty much it.
I think my number 4 is Rosette. Once again, I don't hate her. I think it's kind of like funny and how it goes along with her character, because she's like the flower fairy and she's all about fashion and stuff. She's kind of like a fashionista. However, sometimes her character does annoy me, and I know it's like the part that makes her funny, but sometimes it does annoy me when she's like, oh, I got mud on my shoes, and I'm like, girly,
but it's valid.
I know, but it's like the whole fairy society's in jeopardy and about to die, and you're over here like, oh, I'm wet. Oh. And it's like, get a grip, okay? Like, you can stand up just a little bit of mud on like your little like tulip skirt. Like, let's,
Oh my god.
And yeah, like, I get it, I guess, but sometimes I'm like, come on, girl, come on.
And she's burning up. She is being roasted so hard.
We didn't rank this one because it's not really like a movie. It's like a 30-minute short, but there's one like the fairy game ones.
Yeah, I don't really.
And Rosette is like a total like, I don't, like, she's so like mean, because like,
what happened in that one?
Okay, so it's basically like the fairy games, kind of like Fairy Olympics, where all like the little fairy types come together and have these little games. And the plot of it is that the little flower fairies, they never win at all. So basically they just kind of given up, and they'll just like send out like 2 little tributes and they call it a day and they like get last place or whatever. But finally this one like flower fairy, I think it's technically like gardening fairy, comes along, and she's like, we want to win these games. Like, I want to represent the gardening fairies. I want to get out there and finally give us a win. But then all of the other gardening fairies are like, no, like,
oh yeah,
we never win. Like, let's
that.
not. And then so Rosette finally decides to like join, I forget the main character's name, but then Rosette like kind of like brings the team down, because like the main character's actually trying to win and she's like doing the games and everything, and then Rosette's like, oh, but this is like a slime slide, I don't want to slide down it. And I'm like, Rosette, girl.
Anyways, my number 3. We have the same number 3. Do we have the same number 3?
Do we? Yeah.
What's your number 3?
Silver Mist.
Yeah. Our number 3 is Silver Mist, and you can go first.
Okay. Silver Mist, I love her character. She's basically kind of like, Phoebe of Friends, but for the friend group. And I love that kind of character. She's not like so dumb where it's like kind of infuriating and stuff. Like, she's just like kind of like, quirky and like, I don't want to say stupid, but like stupid enough where it's like funny. Like, she'll have her moments where she'll be like, oh.
Yeah, she has some lines that are actually like really funny. I can't think of any, but
yeah,
they're really funny.
They have like her kind of like, I don't like, aloofness.
Yes.
They isn't like the main point of her character. Like, her water powers, like, she can do like really cool stuff and is like really like advanced with like her water powers and can do all this. But it's just like another trait. But that's why I love her so much, because she's always there. She's always like there to help. But she's just kind of like aloof, maybe also like not really aware like of the total dire of situations. But we love her for it.
Yes, we do. Well, I also agree with those reasons. And I like her powers with the water and stuff. And when she tries to teach Tinkerbell in the first movie, and she fails. That was funny.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, you just do this," and then it backfired poorly. Yes, and I don't really have anything else to add to that because you covered it well. Good job.
Thank you.
Round of applause.
Yeah. All right, so then do you want to introduce our number 2s? Because I also believe they're the same.
Yes. So our number 2 is Fawn, and she's the animal fairy.
Yes.
And I really love her character. Her focus movie, I guess. Well, her movie, is our favorite out of all of them. Her powers are really cool, and she has like she's kind of like Tinkerbell in the way that she goes against what people say, but she does it in a way that doesn't end up like ruining people's lives.
Yeah.
She does it in a way that actually like helps people, even if it doesn't seem like that at first. Like in her movie when she like went against everyone and tried to help save the Never Beast, but then it actually turned out that he went and saved them.
Yeah.
And she's not as annoying as Tinkerbell.
Yeah. And I also love about Fawn is that when she has her moments, kind of like Tinkerbell, where she goes like against the grain to kind of do her own thing and like do this action where like, yes, there will be some consequences and stuff. She knows the outcome of it and she plans for all of them. When she went to go see like the Never Beast for the first time.
Oh yeah.
Even though everyone was like, no, don't mess with the Never Beast and all that. She decided to anyway. But instead of like, kind of being like Tinkerbell, who Tinkerbell would just kind of charge forward and like, probably just be like, hey, Never Beast, and like, kill all fairy society. Fawn made sure to like stay back, and like just carefully study him from a distance and not impede with whatever he was
like
doing.
Earn his trust.
Yeah. Which I do love. Another reason why I love Fawn is because kind of Fawn, I guess, reminds me of myself in a way, because I really love animals and like stuff like that. But yeah, and I also love her kind of like helpful, rebellious spirit. She makes her like really kind of like nice, like upbeat character.
And she is smart, so she's like not all of them are so aloof. There's actually some smart people here.
Fawn is very smart, calculated, knows what she's doing. Which we love to see.
Yes.
Yeah. Now our number 1s are a little bit different.
My number 1 is Rosetta. And your number 1
is Vidya.
Even though we kind of trash talked those in the opposites, but I stand by my opinions.
Same.
And my views. I think Rosetta is funny, and yes, I do agree that she can be like, well, no, there's mud, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But it's valid, not always, but for sometimes it's valid.
Dude, she just pissed me off so bad in the little like fairy game short. I was like, oh.
Well, it's not Canyon, so we don't want to talk about that. And then I like how she has just like an actual tulip for a dress. Like
that is cool.
It's just like
I love
a
that
whole
character design
flower.
about her.
And she's funny. Some of the stuff she says is like she'll just roast the living life out of people, and I think it's hilarious. Some people might think it's like, oh no, she was so mean. I don't care.
I like
because I'm also that way. And yes, it is mean, but it's funny.
Yeah. I also like her like little country accent.
Yes, because it's like, didn't you all live in the same place? Like, how did you get that accent?
Yeah, but it's good. Like, it fits with her character and everything.
Yeah.
And it's really funny when she like delivers her lines, and there's kind of like that little twang and stuff.
Yes,
it just makes it better. So my number 1 is Vidya. I do kind of understand what you were saying about her. And I'm a little bit biased because Vidya was my favorite fairy. Like, ever since I was little, like I forget exactly. I think I played this like online game or something on like my mom's iPad where you could like race as the fairies, and like Vidya was always like my go-to. I love her. I think her wind powers are so cool, and how she's like, I think it's technically called like fast flying fairy.
Oh yeah.
But it's kind of like wind, like they do tornadoes and stuff. I think, which I think is so awesome. And if I was a fairy, I would definitely want to be able to fly fast.
And I took the fairy test, and she was the one I got.
Same.
And I think that's very telling.
Yeah. I like her outfit, the purple. I forget the exact.
It's like a leaf, I think.
It's like some sort of. I need to like look up what kind of leaf it is.
It's from this like short tree, but it's like a purple leaf. It's really cool.
Yeah, I like it a lot. And yes, like I do kind of understand how she acts stuck up, which like I guess that is a flaw to her, but I think she does it in like kind of a fun way. But the main reason that I do like Vidya is because the purple pony plum tree.
Oh, that's an interesting name.
I mean,
but yeah,
they hit it on the mark though.
The tree.
That's
yeah.
her. I like that Vidya is like a character foil of Tinkerbell. They're like the direct opposites. And I like that. I think Vidya like grounds Tinkerbell a lot, especially in like the Great Fairy Rescue one, where Tinkerbell's like,
"Oh yeah,
I'm gonna go say hi and go in this like
and
little
she got
girl's like
trapped
fairy house."
yeah.
And Vidya's like, "No, let's not do that." And then Tinkerbell's like, "Oh well, like I'm gonna do it anyway." And I think it was either some mishap that the door like got stuck or like Vidya. I think it was a mishap though, and then Tinkerbell thought Vidya did it, but it might have been Vidya.
Well, we had a joke with it when she like walked in and she like slammed the door on her. It was
yeah. But I like Vidya. Yes, I know she's kind of mean sometimes, but I think she's just it's just her phase, her era. And yeah, she keeps it real. She keeps it so real and so honest. If someone says something stupid, she is not afraid to be like, that was actually stupid. Let's not.
Yes.
And I like that,
Yes.
Yeah. So those are rankings.
She's the definition of BFFR.
Yeah, and I like that about her. I love that. Thanks for listening to our podcast.
And we hope you listen again once we start getting into our movie rewatch.
Yeah, I swear it'll get more interesting if you didn't think I was
yes,
interesting enough.
it will. It'll get so much more interesting.
We'll do a deep dive so you guys can know what we're talking about when we reference the different movies. But yeah. All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.